I'm always proving to myself that no matter what, like I can do it, which led me through many different paths, but like becoming a black belt on Wednesday, and then opening up my own school the Monday afterwards. When the two guys who owned the school that I got my black belt at, they looked at me and my cousin Devin, they were like, you're starting a business that relies on physical contact. During the pandemic, you guys are gonna fail. And here we are, 5 years and something months later, we haven't failed. As a matter of fact, we're thriving.
I can choke you out though.
No, you can't.
I envision just choking him just now.
I can make you dream that. Like, I'll choke you until you fall asleep. You start dreaming.
You can have the ground grappling batiman thing there.
Yo.
But
Yo,
when it come to shoot thing, yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we realize a lot of you are coming to the page and enjoying the content, but we see a lot of you still aren't subscribed. And so if you could click that subscribe button, it'll help our channel grow and give you more episodes with a lot of amazing individuals. Welcome back to another episode of Attractive Mindset. Listen, today's guest, my dog. We met in a peculiar way, but a way that is not new to us around other veterans, other Marines to be specific. This man is a Marine, a legend in the community. He has his own school up north, A&M Jiu-Jitsu. Listen, he's going to tell you more about himself. We got Drew in the building.
What's up, dog?
What up, G?
How you doing?
I'm good. So, I know I gave a little brief introduction, but, tell the people a little bit about how you would describe yourself.
How would I describe myself? Father, businessman, loyal friend, Marine,
Okay. So, Drew, Attractive Mindset
Yes.
is all about how we got to where we are today.
Yeah.
Right? And so everybody looks at our Instagram and they might see what we have going on right now.
Yeah.
But they don't know what we had to deal with to get to this point of our life.
Yes.
And so we want to go back in time to just go through the motions on how you got here. So where you from originally?
So I was born and raised South Florida.
Okay.
I was born in Miami. Then when I turned 10, I moved to Miramar. And then 17 went to the Marine Corps, So you talk about mindset, I was thinking about this coming in here because I'm like, where did I get my mindset from? That belief that I could just do anything because I've took risks and just did it. Right. One of them was the Marine Corps, right? Because like at that point in my life, I didn't have too many father figures around. My dad wasn't around. I had my uncles, and one thing that I got from them was just working hard, but like none of them really like sat me down and was just like, all right, Drew, this is how you need to be thinking about your future. This is how you need to conduct yourself as far as like women or, anything. Like it wasn't like a mentorship. Like I never really got mentored by males like that.
You never had no other family that did military?
No. I had an uncle who did the Navy, but that uncle, he's kind of weird. Like he's one of them people that they're very low key, always in the shadows, like not really. Gotcha. Like he never like pulled me to the side, was like, hey, you should join the military because of this. Like, no. When I told him I wanted to join the Marines, he was like, why? He's like, this is what he said. He said, they sleep on the floor. And I'm like, okay, you can tell me anything else on?
So why'd you choose Marines?
Oh, because I figured if I could do the hardest branch of the military, then I could do anything in my life.
So who up to that point had told you like Marine Corps is the hardest branch?
Well,
we are though.
The recruiter. Right?
Fair.
But I went to go to talk to all the recruiters, and you see like the Air Force guy with his fucking shirt hanging out his pants, and Army guy, they look kind of sloppy, And then I went to the Marines. It was a Jamaican dude, and like he just what I mean,
especially
like
Jamaican dude.
Yeah. Creases all tight, what I mean? Look, he looked good. And I went in there with one of my best friends, and he was like, hey, you got any jobs in the medical field? And he's like, we don't fix people, we kill them. And I was like, okay. Yeah.
Okay. That's an intro.
Yeah. So to take it back though, like, cause my parents, right? Cause I never really talked about my parents, right? But like I said, thinking about the attractive mindset, like I got it from them. Right. The easiest way to explain my culture is like we're Nicaraguan, so to speak, right? But we're from the islands and are more closer related to Jamaicans than we are the actual Nicaraguans.
Okay.
We speak English. We all have British names. And if you go through the history book, you'll see like a deep history between that part of.
Drew's a British name?
If you get attacked in the street and you don't want to use your weapon, you actually want to use non-violent, or kind of non-violent ways of being able to control your opponent and make them submit until the police come see us at A&M Jiu-Jitsu. We got everything from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, strength and conditioning, kickboxing, MMA, wrestling. Come see us. BJJFL.com. No, Cuthbert. Andrew Cuthbert is my government name. Okay. But Cuthbert, you know what I mean? Like that's my last name, and my mom's last name is Campbell. You know what I mean? And like I have cousins that are Hudson and Downs. You know, none of us are Rodriguez or Mendoza or anything like that.
Gotcha.
All right, because I grew up kind of confused. I was like, yo, like, why is it that my uncle is a Rasta? Right? Straight up Rasta. I've been listening to reggae my entire upbringing. All right. And then when I started going to school, telling people where I'm from, they're like, oh, you from Nicaragua? They start speaking Spanish to me. And I'm like, well, we don't speak Spanish.
You don't speak Spanish at all?
No, now I do because I'm good at learning languages.
Okay. How many do you know?
I could hold my own with Spanish. I could hold my own with French, right? Just because I've spent a lot of times in these countries.
Gotcha.
Right? You could drop me in DR and I'll get around. I'll be able to eat. I'll be able to do anything.
We know.
Yeah.
We know.
But I'm like that with French too. Because when I was in the Marine Corps, I was stationed in Africa, in West Africa.
Must be nice.
Oh, it's the best.
Must be nice.
It was great. Yeah, I was stationed there.
Djibouti?
No, I was in Guinea and I was in Niger on MSG duty. So I was guarding embassies. So I'm one of the few black folks that can say like I lived in Africa, dog. You know?
I mean, a lot of people live in Africa now.
Yeah. No, I know. But I'll say like, I don't know, it was just cool. It was cool living in Africa. I loved it.
Okay. So now you getting older. You growing up in Miami, first off. Like, what part of Miami were you in?
So I was originally from NMB, so North Miami Beach.
The hood.
Pretty much.
And so how did Miami culture shape you? Because Miami, I'm from New York originally, but I've been here since 2016. And I can see little hip pockets of like places that, you know, if I was younger, for sure, I'll be running around doing stupid shit.
Yeah. So I remember being in elementary school, you know, we didn't really care about like what we were wearing as far as fashion was concerned. You know what I mean? I had the Pro Wings, the Payless shoes, you know, the clothes didn't really matter. But like, as crazy as it sounds, I want to say respect was a big thing because I just remember being young and just fighting a lot. Right? We'd fight, then we'd be friends and we'd fight. Like there was always like fighting going on. I remember my mom, the first time that it happened, as early as I could remember, some kid had hit me, right? A little Haitian kid. And
for no reason?
I don't remember why. I just remember getting hit and then like going and telling my mom that happened. And she was like, if somebody ever hits you, you make sure you hit them back. And she was like, as a matter of fact, we're going to the school. She took me to the school the next day and she was like, where's the kid? And I'm like, right there. She's like, go hit him. And I got into a fight with him. You know, so from then on, it's just like growing up, I was just growing up fighting a lot. And then when I was 10, well, actually, when I was 9, my dad got locked up in Nicaragua. And I ended up moving from Miami to Broward. So I moved to Miramar. And I remember
954.
Yeah. And I remember the kids that were in that neighborhood, most of their fathers sold dope too. Right? Except they were still, you know what I mean? They were still there. So they had like all the Jordans, all the name brand stuff. And I didn't, you know what I mean? So I go to school and now they trying to, you know, talk shit about me. Oh, look at Drew. He don't got no J's. He ain't wearing Tommy, blah, blah. So I used to fight a lot because of that. You know what I mean? So that's how it was like growing. Like I just remember just growing up fighting a lot. You know, outside of that though, you know, playing outside till the lights come on. You know, that was the signal to go home.
Facts.
You know, I think growing up in the 90s was the best time to grow up.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, I would say New York might be a little different because New York is just New York. But I'll say the 90s had more so of a like community aspect to it, especially being outside. Like I was bad. You know, I got expelled in high school for fighting. You know, I got countless amount of shit, you know? So it's like me being outside at that point in time, the OGs that were outside used to beat my ass with a belt. Yeah, like they used to like hunt us down and beat our ass. Like they were our parents damn near, because we be outside being lawless. Yeah. And they were like, nah, bro, like, yeah, this is street shit, but the street shit still have rules. Yeah. And that was the first time where I was like, I can do whatever I want, but I really still can't. Like, there's a code, there's an ethic to like life. So by the time I got to the military, it didn't seem that different, to be honest with you. And, you know, yeah, you had to listen to people in a different type of way, and white people yelling at me for the first time, which is crazy. Which is nasty work. But other than that, you know, it wasn't too bad. So now, with you growing up that way, what kind of friend groups did you have? Were you one of the popular kids? Did you do sports? You watch anime? Like,
dog, I was one of them kids that, like, I wasn't cool enough to be with the popular kids, but I also wasn't nerdy enough to be with like the nerds. So I always had like a friend group that was right in the middle. Yeah. Like, you know, we all watched Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. You know what I mean? We all, like, I had braids back then. You know, braids was real popular. Like, I had a big ass afro and I had braids. But one thing about me that I always I always thought I was kind of weird, where it's like everybody would be doing this. And I'd be like, nah, I'm going to do this. Like, I always had like my own thoughts or my own beliefs, and that I always kind of see past bullshit. So it made me just kind of want to create my own path. And then the people of like mind, which was always a little bit of people, right? I never had like a big friend group. I never really wanted to be a part of the popular kids. Yeah. You know, I'd see them and I'd be like, dog, why?
I mean, that's a cancer thing.
Is that what it is?
We just do shit like that. Like, we like people, and at the same time, we hate people. We hate everybody.
Yeah, I feel you. I got the people that like I like. Like, if you see me, because we just had a jiu-jitsu tournament on Saturday. These things are long, but the jiu-jitsu community is pretty small, right? So like, I know a lot of people, but like, there's only very few people that like I fuck with. You know what I mean? Probably people think I fuck with them, and I probably don't. You know what I mean?
I can understand that. Yeah.
All right, but then I got like, I'm very tribal, right? I have my tribe, you know, because I'm very, I have like a filter, right? Like, I see people, right? And I'm like, all right, like, you're cool, you're cool, all right? But I have a difference between like friends or like people, that acquaintances, and then my tribe. My tribe, I'd live and die for.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And those people, there's very few of those people. You know what I mean?
Nah, that makes sense. Okay, so now you get older. Do you go to college before the military, or you just go straight out of high school?
Bro, I turned 18 in boot camp. Damn. Yeah.
And so how many years did you do?
I did 5 years.
What MOS?
I was 0621. I was calm. Right? I was radio man. But I only did that MOS for like 3 months because I got to the fleet, and then they were like, I was in an artillery unit. I was in 10th Marines.
08?
No, I was in an artillery unit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's a 0811 is the gun bunny.
Gotcha.
What were you?
The tanks.
Okay. Yeah. So I was in an artillery unit, but I was calm. And what happened is 3 months after I got to the fleet, they were like, hey, we're going to Iraq. They already have artillery out there. So what we're going to do is we're going to split you guys up and make you guys a personal security detail, a PSD. So, dog, I went to every high-speed grunt school on Camp Lejeune, which was fun as hell. It made me rethink, like, why didn't I just do this as an MOS? And then we did convoys, taking around a colonel. Colonel Koya, he was, like, in charge of making sure all the Iraqi security forces got trained. So, like, the police and their army. So we used to take him around all the bases around Iraq. So that was me at 19 running around, you know, doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so now, you know, this question is a little different perspective because we both been in and we both been deployed. And so pre going to deployment versus coming back from deployment, how does your mindset change?
How does my mindset change
at
from
such a young age, especially?
So there was this trend when I had in my mind when I joined the Marine Corps. You know, before you go, you have to run the 1.5 miles. But when you get to boot camp, now they're saying like you got to run 3 miles. So it's like, damn,
3.
can I run?
2.
Right. So it's like, can I run the 3 miles?
Mm.
Right. In my mind, it's like, oh shit, yes, I can. So it's reaffirming the fact that if I could do the hardest branch of the military, I could do anything in my life. Right. So boom, I could run the 3 miles. Then they talk about the 10 kilometer hike. Right. The crucible one is like, well, I mean, first we did the 5K, right? And you start working yourself up to it. But it's like doing the crucible one is like, oh shit, can I actually like hump, a 10K with all this weight on me? And it's like, oh, I could do that. So when it came to pre-deployment, what happened is I went to Iraq advance party. So it was me and 4 other Marines, including our LT at the time. We all went to go to the PSD that was there to learn what they were doing so that we could teach our guys when they came in. Right. And when I got picked, I was like, what the hell did he pick me for? Because I never wanted to be the one that was like seen. Like I never wanted to be guide. I never wanted to be squad leader in boot camp.
Yeah.
When I got to the fleet, bro, I would do just enough to stay out of people's radar. But I remember Lieutenant told me after why he chose me for PSD. I mean, for advanced party. There was this thing that we did in Virginia, where we were training like with these like ex-SEAL guys and like ex-Special Forces guys. Like they had like this program where we spent 2 weeks in Virginia. And what we would do is we would train all day, right? And it was like to simulate that we were in like another foreign country with a high threat. And they would teach us like how to like protect the VIP, whichever we were with. So we would train all day, go run through scenarios. And then at nighttime, we would go on missions. They would say, hey, go pick up this guy from such and such place. And like, it's like a trained actor. You know what I mean? So I'd pick up this guy and his wife and we have to take him to dinner, but we have to take him to the movies as well.
That's fire,
bro. It was the funnest fucking thing I've ever done.
Shit.
Yeah. So every day they would put like somebody in charge, right? But if you got caught slipping, those guys, they would like snatch you up and like waterboard you or throw you in a pool. Yeah. It was nuts. So like one day we were doing it and we were like, I was the VIP was in the middle because we had rent-a-cars that we just absolutely dogged out, right? So we had 3 vehicles and I was in the rear vehicle and I like started like just daydreaming, right? And I started like the distance started to become more. And the guys that our instructors pulled up next to the car and just lit us up with paintballs.
Damn.
I was like, oh shit. Right. So that was fun. Right. So in that training, Lieutenant was like, no, they put me in charge of one night. So I was seeing, like up until that point, I was seeing everybody go through it, right? Like what the things they were doing right, the things they were doing wrong. Like my mind just started to like turn. I'm like, man, if I was in charge, I would do it like this. So when it was finally my turn, I was like, all right, hey, Sergeant, I was a PFC. I was like, hey, Sergeant, you doing this? Staff Sergeant, you doing that? Lieutenant, you doing that? Hey, Lance Corporal, you doing that? All right, boom. And then we went on the mission and it came out flawless, right? We took him to dinner, took him to the movies, got him back home safe. The instructors didn't fuck with us, which means that we did good. I got good reports. So it was like when I was put in that position where it was like, oh, like I got to step up now. Like I stepped up, right? And then as soon as that was done, I was like, all right, back in my little shell. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But then I got chosen for advanced party. Right. So now fast forward, I get chosen for advanced party. So I'm just wondering, like, what the hell did he do that for? I get to Iraq, and as soon as we boots hit the ground, we meet the other platoon, and Lieutenant's like, all right, Cuthbert, you're in charge of all the comms on the trucks, and you're gonna be one of my drivers. And I was like, I ain't got my Humvee license. I barely know how to fucking work them radios. But I was like, all right, roger that, sir. So, dog, I hit it to the phone center and I called my mama, right? And I was like, Mom, I'm like, this man just put me in charge of all of this. Like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like, I'm in a war zone right now. Like, I don't know. And she's just like, son, you got this. She's like, you got it. And I was like, oh, that's right. I do got it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay.
So what I did is I was like, okay, it can't be different than driving a car. I mean, it was different than driving a fucking car, right? But the driving was all right. As far as like the equipment, like putting it in the truck, taking it out the truck, like doing all that. All I did was I was like, hey, I took every single driver that was at the platoon at the time. I took them to the truck and I was like, hey, like, I need you. Like, I pretend like I was testing them, which I was just trying to learn. Like I was, you know what I mean? So I took them to the truck, made them take out the radio and put it back in. I watched them. I'm learning, and then boom. So then that's how I got it. So then Iraq, bro, I ended up coming out of there with 4.7, 4.9 pro and cons.
Sheesh.
Like, yeah, dog. When boots hit the ground, like my mind just went, like I was there. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, who the fuck are you? Like, but nah, I stepped up because it's life or death.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then as soon as I got back, I was like, all right, I'm skating again. So I guess like with that proof, like I'm always proving to myself that no matter what, like I can do it. That just translated into my life after, which led me through many different paths, but like becoming a black belt on Wednesday and then opening up my own school the Monday afterwards.
Damn.
Yeah. And during COVID.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. When the two guys who owned the school that I got my black belt at, they looked at me and my cousin Devin. My cousin Devin's my right-hand man. They looked at us. They were like, you're starting a business that relies on physical contact during the pandemic. Yeah. It's like, you guys are going to fail. And here we are 5 years and something months later. We haven't failed. As a matter of fact, we're fucking thriving.
Nah, that's fire. Okay. So before we even jump into that, how long were you in the Corps?
5 years.
5 years. Okay. And so once you got out, how old were you?
22.
Okay. So now you get out. How's life transitioning out of something like the military for you?
So transition was tough because I didn't, like, Iraq happened. I didn't really process, anything that happened there, or just being like, I didn't process any of that. I went on MSG duty. I signed up for MSG duty in Iraq. And then as soon as I got back, I was back for like 6 months, and then boom, now I'm guarding embassies around the world. It was a nonstop party. Like, are you familiar with MSG duty at all? Yeah. Okay, so we get we get a house, we get cooks,
get the
drivers.
Nice life. Yeah.
We get the good life, right? We under the Department of State budget. Like, we live in the good life.
Yeah.
So, and we have a bar in the house. Dog, I was drinking Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like blackout drunk, like just partying my ass off for those 3 years. Right? If I was off those days or had like a mid shift or something, like we was partying, and it was great. And then when I come back now, I'm 22, 23. I had bought a house. I had a bunch of money saved. I'm getting the VA money for going to school, the VA money for disability. You know what I mean? I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm with this fine ass Dominican chick, right? Her and I, you know what I mean? I felt like I was on top of the world. So then I was just like, I was training jiu-jitsu twice a day. I was competing. I was going to college. Like,
what made you want to start jiu-jitsu?
When I was my last 6 months in the Marine Corps, they had sent us like a care package, and it was like a box of DVDs that had every UFC up until that point. Oh, so let's say like UFC 1 to like 89.
Who sent it?
I don't know, some
just somebody.
Yeah, somebody sent a care package to the embassy. Or like, I think MWR got care packages, and they just distributed them out.
Okay.
And we just got lucky. We just happened to get those DVDs. And it was like every season of The Ultimate Fighter up until that point. So I got a hold of this, and I was like, I just started to just devour it. You know what I mean? I just started going through it. And then I seen a UFC. The Marines was watching UFC in the living room. I came off shift. And what's crazy is, like, up until this point in my life, I was like, bro, I don't really like UFC because of all that gay shit they're doing on the ground, right? That I teach right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right. All right. I didn't like it. Okay. So I was watching Rampage fight Forrest for the belt.
Rampage a dog.
Yeah, he's a dog and he's hilarious. And after he lost that fight, Joe Rogan asked him, he's like, yo, Rampage, like, what happened? And he's like, he whooped my ass. And he's like, yeah. He's like, well, you want me to tell you he whooped my ass? He won, like, good. So then I was laughing and I was like, you know what? I had a night shift that night. So I went on shift and I was like, let me look up Rampage Jackson. And I started like going down like a YouTube rabbit hole of him like humping reporters and him just being like hilarious. Then I started watching like his fights in Pride and all his like interviews. And in one of the interviews, he said, somebody asked him like, who was the best fighter? And he said BJ Penn. So I was like, oh, let me go look up BJ Penn. I look up BJ Penn and he's like jumping out of pools and like doing all kinds of crazy shit, you know. And BJ Penn was the first American to receive his black belt in 3.5 years and win the world championships in Brazil. You know what I mean? So it was like, damn, like what is this jiu-jitsu shit? So now I start going down the rabbit hole, watching all the BJ Penn's matches. And then that led me, then we got the care package. This happened afterwards, my bad. We got the care package and I snatched it up and I'm watching everything. So I'm like, yo, as soon as I get home, training. And a week after I got home, I started training.
Damn. Okay.
All right. So now fast forward, right? Now I'm, you know what I mean, living the life, right? I got my house. I got, you know, all that money coming in. The gym I was training at, now I'm working there. I'm teaching the kids. And I started to get around like these MMA guys and I started helping them train. Right. And I was like, damn, like I want to take an MMA fight. So then I'm training one night and bro, the dude went to go take me down and like we're like struggling. And then he does, I don't even know how to explain it to you, but like he like hooks my leg, but he does it like the wrong way. And my knee just twists in and just goes pop. Like he fell like on top of me and all his weight just like went here and my knee just pop. Like it was so like, I don't know, like I heard the pop. I closed my eyes when it happened and I seen this like, psh. And I was like, oh, that can't be good. So I tore my ACL.
Damn.
So I tear my ACL now. Dog, now I'm depressed. Now I'm drinking. Now I'm getting fat. And dog, the way this woman broke up with me, dog.
Damn. She left you there all of that?
Dog, she cheated on me. Right? And then when I asked her, I was like, baby, why you left me? She was like, because I became the man in the relationship.
Wow.
And I was like, fuck.
Damn.
You know what I mean? That was the birth of Drew Phoenix right there.
The villain era.
Yeah. It was like, bro, like, because dog, now I'm on the couch, fucked up leg, can't train, right? So I can't get my emotions out that way. Dealing with the first like actual heartbreak of my life, dog. And you know, like, dog, that first heartbreak, no matter what you do, them feelings linger.
Fact, you had your son with her?
No.
Okay.
No, my son comes, dog. I was like 23.
Okay.
My son comes 10 years later.
Got you.
Yeah.
Old ass. Nigga just threw 10 years out there casually. Like, oh, my son gave 10 years later. My bad, sir. I wasn't familiar with your game.
Yeah. But damn, I'm 39. Shit. But yeah, so you know, she broke up. So now I'm dealing with heartbreak, you know, that shit don't go away. So now on the couch, depressed, heartbroken, can't train, can't do nothing, drinking with my medication. And finally, like my brother and mom, they had like an intervention with me. They was like, hey, like you need to go to VA. You need to go get some help. I was like, all right, fine. I used to live around the corner from the VA. So I just went. I'm like, hey, listen, like I need to talk to somebody, whatever. And the psychiatrist that they put me with, right? I'll never forget it because I hate this fucking lady to this day.
Ain't no shit.
No, dog, I'm talking to her, right? And I'm like, she's like, okay, so how does PTSD affect your life? And I'm like, well, like I'm having nightmares. I'm like, it's been, you know, this is like 2012. I'm like, this happened in 2006. I was like, now I'm like starting to have dreams about it. Like it's weird, you know, like, yeah, I start telling her the symptoms and she just like looking and she like do this and then just turn to her computer. she'll do this, turn the computer. And then and then after I finished talking, there was no like processing. There was no anything. It was, okay, so I'm going to prescribe you this medication for sleep, this medication for the depression, this medication for this. Dog, she sent me home with like 5-6 pills.
Damn.
And dog, I don't take pills for shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got a stomach ache, dog, the ginger. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get the ginger.
Organic shit.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I know so many, like I would go to herbs first, right? So she prescribed me all these medications. So now I get curious, right? So I start reading all the labels. Every single antidepressant has a black box warning that says suicidal ideation as a possible side effect. And I was like, what the fuck? So then that started leading me down a rabbit hole. Like, okay, well, how many veterans are depressed? How many veterans are taking this? And then I found out that it's like, 22 veterans are killing themselves a day.
44 now.
Shit. Right? I didn't even know that. Like, so at the time it was 22. Right? So I was like, what the fuck? So then I started looking up, like, I started getting curious. So I started looking up like PTSD and like, the biggest symptom of PTSD is depression. The most commonly diagnosed symptom within veterans. I'm like, so, I started putting two together, right? So in college at the time, I was studying computers, something like information systems management, right? And then as soon as I was experiencing this and I saw these statistics, I went to the career counselor over there and I was like, hey, what's the fastest way I could become a therapist? I want to help. Yeah. And then she was like, oh, social work. You can start working with your bachelor's. I was like, all right, sign me up. So then I ended up getting my degree in social work, and I did a lot. I helped co-facilitate veterans post-traumatic growth retreats. You know what I mean? After I did that, then I started working with kids. You know what I mean? And I ran 2 kids programs, a director of like two different kids programs, one in Miami, one in one in Fort Lauderdale and one in Delray. You know what I mean? So it was like that led me on a path to like want to empower people and like just like help, And the day I got my black belt, I realized that like all of that was like training to bring me to where I can have my own school and I could help empower and inspire both groups of people, but in one house.
Which is fire.
Yeah.
Okay. That's, and to just go back to something that you said with like a lot of these medications, because, we have some psychiatrists now from the whole DR shit, but
yeah, he's pretty cool.
But yeah, they're cool. They're cool, but the people that I had before weren't listening. Yeah. And, here's me, tank crewman. I've been taught to blow up shit my entire career. I come out and I can't assimilate back into regular society. And, I had a fiance at the time, Armenian chick, Kim K, bad as fuck. Bad as fuck. Yeah, bad as fuck. And
sound like she ruined your life.
I did. It was a little bit of both because I was fucked up. Yeah. And so, maybe she stalks me and watches some of my stuff. I don't know.
Who knows?
But, the relationship was like, if I was a different version of myself, I'm not sure we would have had hardship, because this was like my first, like, bro, I was fucking up. She casually, oh, here's 10 grand, pay your shit off. Here's this, do this. I was stationed in Paris Island. I mean, not Paris Island. I did go there too. Fucking piece of shit. 29 Palms. Yeah. And I came all the way over here. I only came to Florida for her.
Gotcha.
Because I didn't want to go back to New York, back in the hood shit, because I was just gang involved when I was in New York. The last time I left, I literally went from that to the Marine Corps. And so
you joined the bigger gang.
Yeah, I joined the bigger one. And so, when I got out, I was like, I don't have a skill. You got all these comm guys that we used to laugh at, comm guys, electricians, like all of these, I don't have real jobs, whatever, blah, blah. And I'm like, damn, they getting money now. I was like, I can't blow shit up in real life. I go to jail. So
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. And I just didn't have direction. And I just started spiraling down. And so fast forward that part to I end up in a psych ward.
Oh shit.
Right? Yeah, I end up in a psych ward. And
That escalated quickly.
long story. For those who know, you know. I end up in a psych ward. Just a small 72-hour hold. And this fucking guy, I swear it's like you ever seen, I don't remember the name of the movie, but it's with Angelina Jolie where she like curves the bullet.
Yeah,
And
I
so
don't remember what it's called.
this ordinary guy.
Yeah.
And he starts like freaking out in his head. And he has to like take these medications, but they're holding back his like true power and shit. And then finally he just lets it go, and then he becomes one of like the top shots, whatever. And so I felt like that in there because this guy is like, yeah, so tell me what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And I'm talking to him, and I literally see him like this. Yep, I'm listening. And then I keep pausing, and I'm like looking at him because he's not engaging with me. Like, I'm like, I don't feel like he's fucking hearing me right now.
Yeah.
And then I would finish a segment and he'd be typing, oh, okay, yeah. What's next? And it got maybe to like the second or third time of him doing that. I said, bro, put your fucking phone down. I said it just like that. And he was like, excuse me? I said, put the fucking phone down.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay, well, blah, blah, blah. And he starts like trying to reprimand me in some type of verbal manner or whatever. And I start talking again.
Good.
And this motherfucker picks up the phone again.
Oh, hell
and I
no.
lose my shit and I put a hole in the wall. I just start punching the wall. I put like 2 holes in the wall pretty much. And he starts calling security. Boom. They extended my shit for a month.
Ouch.
They extended my shit for a month. And literally, you ever been to psych ward?
No.
You go in a psych ward and you're with legitimately people that have something wrong.
Like schizophrenic? Like,
yeah.
Just
like all
tweaking.
of them have different things. Like this one lady, she would try to start a fire any way she could with any type of item, but she would try to light people on fire.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and she would I don't know how the fuck she would come up with shit, but they would literally have to keep her from just getting everyday things because she would just naturally know how to start a fire with it or something. My roommate, he was one of the more chill ones out of everybody, but I guess it's like OCD. I don't know what it's called, but he would have to get up in the middle of the night or during the day and he'd flick the light switch like 3 times and then like go to his bed, but then go back and like do it again. He had to keep doing things in like a repeated pattern, but he had to keep going. And, just meeting other people there, some you would think are like normal. And, they kept trying to give me the pills and stuff there. I'm like, I'm not taking the fucking pills, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Time goes by. She's the ex-fiance is how I ended up in there to begin with.
Yeah.
I get out now. She's apologizing. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know they would keep you that long, blah, blah. And I'm livid because I'm like, bitch, you just put me through, like, this shit was hell. Like, what? Like,
yeah.
And that's where our initial, like, true disconnect started happening. But my downhill started getting even crazier after that because I got into it with Navy Fed, got into it with a bunch of people, ran up like $60,000-$70,000 worth of debt, like crazy shit. Drinking all the time, doing all type of stuff.
Yep.
But then I finally start to hear from my friend, oh, you can go apply for disability. You can go apply for GI Bill. Like, I didn't know any of this shit. Like, I didn't get out and go straight into doing that.
Yeah.
And this was 2016. And so I'm like, okay, whatever.
When'd you get out?
Doing that 2016.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. And so I start doing that and I'm like, okay, well, life is cool. I don't really care about school, but they paying for it and they're paying me to go. Shock all day, And so I went, and that's how I met this asshole. And it was history from there. But I studied two things because they pay you more if you do like 2 majors.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They pay you more.
Hey, y'all hear
There's
that?
so many
2 majors get you
loopholes.
paid. 2 majors.
There's so many loopholes even now with like the Voc rehab stuff. Like Angelo put me up on game, and this is 2025, and I'm like, I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah,
and they literally refill your whole shit.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what?
Yeah, as long as you have 1 day of GI Bill left, you can go and get a whole degree on the Voc rehab.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just little shit like that you would think is readily information.
Yeah.
But even for the benefits that you earned, they don't want to give it to you.
Yeah.
They don't want you to go through the process of it. And so
I have a whole conspiracy theory behind that.
Yeah, they're not even a conspiracy. This shit is real.
No, but I got like a reason why I think they're doing what they're doing. Right, so you know how they tell us about Smedley Butler in boot camp?
Yeah.
2 Medal of Honors, right? The damn warhorse. Yeah. You familiar what he did when he got out?
Mm-mm.
Okay. This man wrote a book and was giving speeches called War is a Racket. All right. And he said, war is a racket. It is and it always has been. It is possibly the oldest, surely the most vicious and easily the most profitable. It is the only racket in which profits are reckoned in dollars and losses in lives. All right. Because what happened is when he got out, right, after 30 years of service, 2 Medal of Honors, right? People don't even live past the first one, let alone 2 and continue, right? When he got out, 5 of the richest businessmen in the country were trying to get the president to go to war because they were, to fund their businesses.
Yeah.
And when he found out about it, like he started putting 2 to 2 together, and he was like, "Fuck all y'all," right? So, oh, my fault. The reason why they went to him is because they knew that there was 100,000 angry veterans that weren't being taken care of. So they wanted Smedley to lead a coup d'etat on the White House so that he could take over so that we could continue going to war for their profits. And he told them to go fuck themselves, then made War as a Racket and made the book and continued giving the speeches for the rest of his life. All right. So my theory, right, and it's like you said, it's the fucking truth at this point, is that people, I think like normal everyday people, they want veterans to get better, right? They want veterans to heal, right? They want veterans to get over and become like an active member in society and blah, blah, right? But the powers that be don't want us to do that. Right?
No, because we'd be too militant.
Yes. And we know all the weapon systems. We know how to work together. Most of us, like the post 9/11 generation, we all have war experience, right? So now, if we were all of sound mind, of sound body, right, and healthy enough to be like, you know what, the government's fucking up. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Let's get them out of here.
Yeah.
Yep.
We can all band together. There's 2 million of us.
Yeah.
Right. We could all band together and overthrow the White House if we wanted to. Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it is the way it is, right? They're not going to put systems into place where to make us know about our benefits, like so easily. They're not going to fund the VA properly. They're not going to hire the amount of people that the VA actually needs, because if we start becoming of sound body and sound mind, then some veterans, we might just get together and,
100%. For sure. And since we're going this route, it was him, y'all.
I'm here for it.
It was him. So since we're going this route, it goes even deeper like that. People have to understand like the structures that have been built over time. Like the JP Morgan, the Rockefellers, the Vanderbilts, I'm name dropping right now. Like,
let's go.
You got a lot of these structures that the Fords, that have come and set up America in a certain way to make the same people rich and rich forever.
Yeah.
And, financial wise and lifestyle wise, because these families have gone on for generations of running things. If you actually look up what does JP Morgan own, what do the Vanderbilts own, what do the Rockefellers own, like, and you go down the list, like, They own a majority of things, and that thing owns something, and that thing owns something else.
Is it like Vanguard or something like the
trusts? They got all type of shit in there, man. Like, shit that we deal with every day that we don't even realize, like, who it really belongs to. And then you start getting more familiar names like the Bill Gates. Bill Gates' dad used to work with the food industry and shit, and they used to alter the food. That's how it even started. And then, they have Bill Gates on the TED Talk where he's literally like, yeah, I'm going to find a way to decrease the population because we have too much people.
Damn.
And then he becomes a sponsor, quote unquote. They give him his doctor pass or whatever to put out the Pfizer vaccine and all of this type of stuff. And so you put two and two together. You just had a man get on a TED Talk, say, yeah, I'm going to find a way to decrease the population, and then joins a vaccine.
Yeah, it's bread.
You know what I'm saying? And so this country is run in a complete different way, and it goes even deeper than that. Like, if we go back from how we used to revolt over fucking T-tax was 2%.
Yeah.
Do you know how much we get taxed now for taxes?
Too much.
We were killing motherfuckers over 2%. And now we have thresholds of anywhere from 30 to 40.
Yeah.
Collectively.
Because we get taxed on our income, tax on our goods.
You know what I'm saying? And we just treat that like, oh, I got to pay taxes. And the IRS is not even a legal entity.
Nope.
You can't find it in a law anywhere. But if you don't pay, you somehow go to prison. How the fuck does that add up? So there's a lot of different loopholes that is way deeper than what people might think, which is why I even started something like this, was to have more of an attractive mindset, not just towards financial things, but actual community stuff. Like, what is community? What is, the systems that were built? Because we did build systems to fight these systems, and they got eradicated. We did have things like, especially from our community, we did have things like Black Wall Street. We did have things like Tulsa, Oklahoma. We did have things like,
the Black Panther Party.
The Black Panther Party. And ironically, they come out with a movie called Black Panther made by a white guy. You search it up now, you can't even find the Black Panther Party.
That's why you got to watch Judas and the Black Messiah. You seen that?
Mm-hmm.
I love Fred Hampton, man.
Yeah, man. Judas and the Black Messiah. And what's the other one I like? The Book of Clarence.
Book of Clarence was raw. I like that movie.
Great. A lot of people wanted to shit on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how? It shows you in real time how this shit works.
Yeah. I think when it comes to the Christian faith, it's very, what's the word? Where it's like this and nothing else. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the Book of Clarence was like a very creative way to take, a story from the Bible and like, just, like you said, like put it out there in a creative way to send a message, right? To give you a message. And the Christians that I've talked to, they were like totally against it because like, no, that's not how it really happened. Yeah. That's not how the Bible says. No. And I'm not like, I don't subscribe to that, that mindset. So it's like, I didn't get it, but I love that movie.
No, 100%. It was great. And, just things like that. Why I like movies so much, why production was a thing for me, because, again, part of being able to fight the system was propaganda. Mm-hmm. What they put out, the media. And somebody had asked me a question one day. I don't even remember who, but this question literally changed my life. I think it was one of my like old school mentors. I joined my first network marketing group. And
which one was it?
ACN.
What does it stand for?
I don't even know what the fuck it stands for. I know I was in it. Yeah. And he was like, is it the media's job to tell you the truth? Or is it the news job to tell you the truth? And immediately I said, yeah. I said, they're the news. He said, yeah, but they're not lawmakers. They're not legal entities. I said, they don't have to tell you the truth. They're entertainment.
When I figured that out, I was in Iraq and we did a convoy to we were in Camp Fallujah. We did a convoy to Baghdad. And we're in the chow hall And we had just like we went through Baghdad, took a picture of the big sabers, took a picture over there, fucking rolled around Baghdad, did something, then go to the Chow Hall on Camp Victory, and you see on the TV is like breaking news, fucking 7 car bombs goes off in Baghdad, and the whole city's in chaos, and I was like, did y'all hear anything?
Yeah,
because if something would have happened, it would have happened within the time frame where we were out in the city. Nothing happened. And if I'm exaggerating, right? It wasn't 7 car bombs, but a car bomb or 2, we would have heard something.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? And that's what made me start questioning. And yeah, that's what made me like, oh, the news is bullshit.
It's huge.
It's entertainment.
And they do it for the views. They do it for the entertainment. And social media has made it so real. And even AI. A lot of people like AI, and I like AI to a certain point, but I feel like they're gearing towards a society of having people think even less.
Absolutely.
So that you can be controlled even more.
Yes.
And not only with the news, but with the media, with the AI, with the foods, all of this stuff is here to regulate you. Like half of the shit that they have in these foods in America, it's crazy. And you look them up and you see people talk about it. And I myself am included in that. Like I know McDonald's is horrible, but every now and then I'm gonna fuck that Big Mac up, yo.
That shit tastes so
I'm
good.
a dog that shit. Them fries,
yeah,
on it.
Yeah.
And you can't stop me.
Nah.
But it's like,
them chemicals taste good.
That gangrene.
Yeah.
I'm on
the yellow 5.
Yeah, let me get an extra piece of yellow 5 on the side.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't had this shit in a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what it comes down to is we're desensitized to shit that kills us.
Yeah.
And, it's like a cigarette smoker knowing that the side effects of cigarettes. And he's like, well, I can't stop. I can't do it. And we've become an addicted society. And so, attractive mindset, when I started the bachelor's for psychology, I was doing arts and psychology at the same time.
Oh, then we both in the mental health field.
Yeah. And so I was like, because my shit was fucked up.
Yep.
Yeah. And so I was like, I had to figure out, and it was this white lady that in Broward College, actually, matter of fact, and she just kept dropping nukes on me.
Yeah.
And it was intro to psych. And I'm like, yo, I've never thought about the world in this perspective, and she said one profound thing. She was like, why do you think they took women out of the household? And I was like, what do you mean?
Oh, my son to work.
She was like, why do you think kids got sent to school? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, where is this all going? She's like, if we can only tax one group of people, money's limited. And so how can we break up the home at the same time, but also make more money? Sent women to work, sent kids to school, with your taxes and shit you got to pay for, all of that, and now they're making even more money. And she said everything becomes systematic. And a lot of the times we think we have the choices to do things that we want to do, and we don't end up having the choices to do the shit that we want to do. And so she's like, how do you create a system? How do you create change in a society where I didn't go to school, definitely at the same time. And she at the time was like, I mean, she's still 20 years older than me, but it was that time. She was like, what'd you put on your paper? I was like, my name. Okay. What else? The date. What else? The class. What else? I don't know, the period, time, whatever. She's like, yeah, I did the same thing. How can we be in 2 complete different generations and do the same thing? Because it's a system. You have K through 12. All of these things are usually in 4-year brackets.
Yeah.
You go to college to get the average the average person spends 4 years in college.
Yeah.
Unless they drop out. 4 years in high school, 9 to 12. Middle school, 4 years. Pre-K, kindergarten, all of that shit. She's like, all of this is designed systematically. She said it's the biggest system we've ever known. And then you transition into a life where the system changes. It's no longer a organizational system. It's a system of you're fucked. And now you don't know what to do because you get the degree, but now you got to pay shit off. Now you have to work 40, 60, 80 hours for the rest of your life in order to get to a level of what you want to do.
Yeah.
And that made me start looking at just numbers and, the average male makes about $44,000 a year.
Damn.
Year. And this was recent, 2024.
Damn. You can't even live here on that.
You know what I'm saying? $44,000 a year. And but then we have the disparity of somebody out there is a billionaire. Yeah. Somebody out there is a multimillionaire. Somebody out there is a millionaire. Somebody out there makes six figures. And yet we still have somebody that, not somebody, the majority of people do $44,000 a year or less. And then you still have the homeless people.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that made my brain start turning on systems, how to create systems, how to maneuver systems, both in business, life, whatever. And she said, what's the most defining factor to change? And I'm going to ask you that question. What's the most defining factor to change?
I mean, even if you didn't just say system, mm-hmm. I would think it's system.
Okay.
Right? Because you can have a movement towards change, right? Everybody can group together, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just say like Black Lives Matter, that whole like movement during that time.
Yeah.
It's like everybody came together, oh, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. What does, okay, we know it matters, right? But what does it actually mean? Why are all these people here? Facts. Black Lives Matter. Yes. Now what? Mm-hmm. Right? So I would think it's a system to enact that change that lasts. Because if you look at the systems that are put against you, right? Like you talk about the educational system, mm-hmm. right? Every time I have like a conversation, like I sit down with like a white person who doesn't understand, like, oh, like why are people still talking about racism? And I'm like, listen, the days of like people just not liking you because of your skin color, I mean, that's few and far between. I'm sure it still happens, but it's not too much of a big thing. The news makes you think that it's bigger than it actually is, right?
Facts.
But systems that were put into place to continue racism, they're still here.
100%.
I've talked about this on podcasts before. If you go on 31st Street in Fort Lauderdale, right, and you go north, it's like north of Sunrise, on the right hand side of the road, you will see this big ass garbage dump, right? If you go into the neighborhood behind there, and there's old people still to this day that you can talk to, and there's this like lake that is like in the back of their houses that it's fenced off, and it's like toxic. Like there's like these big warnings, like you can't, no trespassing, like they can't go to this lake. And I remember I went over there to go look at it when I found out about it. And there was this older black dude, and he was like, man, them fish was like this big. We used to get out that lake. And then all of a sudden, they started pouring shit from the dump in there and then start getting all of us sick. And now we can't go fishing in there no more. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then you start doing the more research. And what happened is they used to dump paint and all the things you're not supposed to, like you're supposed to handle like carefully, like batteries and shit like that. Like they threw all of that toxic waste into that lake, right? And that shit got into the groundwater. So there's like a big part of Fort Lauderdale where like the cancer rates are up. And in these, like, it's not, I mean, white people can live there too, right? But how many white people you see living in the hood of Fort Lauderdale? Nope. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Right? And that shit is seeped into the groundwater and is causing cancer rates. And every time somebody goes to try to investigate, you know what I mean? They bump against that system.
Yeah.
And that's just one example.
Yeah. And so I told her the same thing. I said, a system. She said, no.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. The biggest thing to induce change is the extreme. And so she said, now, this works on both sides. This can be negative or positive. Anything that happens in an extreme changes someone. If you smoke today and you forget to put your cigarette out and your entire house goes on fire, that is an extreme to where you might stop smoking.
Mm.
You have the mental ability to literally cut it off. Without the extreme, we go through things like withdrawal. We go through things like time. We go through things like, XYZ, fill in the blank. It takes a certain amount of time, but the extreme causes immediate change. The extreme in war, the extreme in Twin Towers, the extreme in whatever, fill in the blank.
I say the opposite end is like the extreme of certain psychedelics.
The extreme in that, like,
Because I've gone to Peru and did ayahuasca. Like,
yeah, it's extreme, but anything extreme causes true change.
damn.
And so she said, what if we learned the power of inducing the extreme and not just waiting for it to happen?
So what would you say is something like extreme that could be done, let's say, to change the lives of veterans?
Mm-hmm. You have to take a leap of faith.
Okay.
And that leap of faith looks like doing something that you normally wouldn't do. And sometimes the extreme is changed by other people. It doesn't have to necessarily be changed by yourself, because we have to look at it from the perspective of the government. It's like them putting 40% tax on us out of nowhere. We might curse, yell, whatever, but then we gradually get used to it. They've caused an extreme, which triggers change, but we can't really do 100% about it. If I decide today that I feel like, I don't know, I can fly and I jump off the roof and I break my leg, that's a fucking extreme. And my life is going to change immediately because of it. Now, on the positive side of it, if I have $25,000 and I decide to put it all on red at the casino, and I win, an extreme happens.
How many times have you done that?
Never.
Bullshit. That was so specific. 25 on red.
I put it on 25 red 3.
Red 3. I do it.
But, now also if I lose, another extreme still happens. And so, her whole basis to it was, how do we trigger the extremes that we want in our lives? And that's where true discipline comes from. And so that's where I really started to get into like time management, discipline orientation, like being able to do so much more. And she was like, honestly, outside of teaching these classes, she said, my work day, what I have to do in my life accomplishments, she said, only takes me like 2-3 hours a day. She said, I have time. She says, we're conditioned to only think that we go to work, we wake up, we do this. We don't have time to do a lot of things. She said, because we don't understand time management. And we don't understand that things can be done in a way that don't take as long as they normally should. And once I started going down that rabbit hole, shit, Dan will tell you, I started doing things that I was already doing faster, way faster. And it didn't make sense to me at first, because
what'd you do? Like, what'd you change?
Like some edits and stuff. Like, maybe it would take me like a week, 2 weeks to knock out a music video, whatever. I'd do it in a day. And then I would challenge that extreme and I would do it in 2 hours, 3 hours. And this is the same thing.
Was it the same quality?
Same quality, same everything. Like, somebody couldn't tell if it took me a week to do it or 3 hours to do it.
Because editing is like an art.
It is.
I taught myself how to edit and I fucking have fun with it. But it's not to the level that you know it. You know what I mean?
It is. It is an art, and there are factors to it. But I use that as like an example, because even with me, like, you ever heard of, damn, I can't remember his name right now. He's a white guy. He was on the Diary of a CEO, Dr. John something. But he has a whole books, theories, whatever. Your brain is way more powerful than you think. And he said, if I hadn't dealt with a lot of these situations in my real life, I wouldn't really believe it, just because we're conditioned to not believe it. And he's like, I've watched people grow organs back. I've watched people grow functioning ghost limbs back. I've watched people do this, and he's a licensed doctor, whatever. And he said, it's not one person. It's not 5 people. It's not 10 people. It's not 100 people. It's like, it's thousands of people that do this. because they unlock a certain level of extreme. And when he said that in this interview, I'm like, that's it right there. And certain levels of extreme can affect your life in a completely different way than you think. And something as simple as editing for me that would take this amount of time, I wouldn't have to reduce quality. I wouldn't have to do whatever. Something mentally happened to me where the same shit that I was doing, I started doing in 2 hours.
You just changed the mind frame.
100%. And so now you have these people that make it on like Ripley's Believe It or Not or Stanley's Superhumans, where this guy can like compute numbers in a certain amount of time, or the human light bulb where he can literally turn light bulbs out with touching it and doing all these. These are different little extremes that are happening in their life, because it's like, how does somebody find out you can do this shit? How does a stuntman find out that they can do that shit? How does a NASCAR driver find out they can do that shit? It comes through repetition. Mm-hmm. Extremes at a certain level of repetition is what breeds true change. Bill Gates, extreme. Jeff Bezos, extreme. Mark Zuckerberg, extreme. All of these billionaires have dealt with extreme things that have changed the entire society. And so, the question is, what happens when the everyday person learns to control extreme situations? It won't happen because it takes a lot. Yeah. And that mental conditioning that you have to be able to put yourself through takes a lot. Yeah. But if they did, we would literally be a superhuman society, and then this goes back into like the days of the pyramid. How the fuck were we building shit like that with less equipment, more or less things, and we can't even do the same thing now like that?
Yes. When you're talking, it just reminds me of like distraction, right? Like, picking up the phone, always looking at the phone, right? Always on social media, doing absolutely nothing. Mm-hmm. And I'm convinced that phone is a fucking energy siphon.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because, dog, like, if you ever like sit there and just mindlessly just scroll, I feel tired.
Yeah.
Like I start like, and I'm like, what the fuck?
You know about blue screen?
What about it?
That's what they use to keep you addicted to your phone. It's an actual condition.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, which is why they have the feature for you to turn it off.
You can turn it off?
Yeah.
Tom, you need to show me how to turn that shit off.
You can turn it off. You can alter the color. Yeah. We're just so used to seeing it. But these are the things that they use to keep you addicted, There's a level of psychology behind all of this, That's the industrial and organizational psychology part, the business part, the, clinical part as well. Diary of a CEO. People underestimate, truly. They think it's just visual. Like, oh, he has a great intro. He has great camera angles. He has great this, that, and that, whatever. They think that's what makes his podcast great. This man has 3 psychologists on his team. And he's a business. You got to understand, a lot of these businesses, Amazon has an entire psychologist department. Their only job is to work on what makes you addicted. What makes you glued to your things, to your product, to your drug, to your service, to whatever. And his podcast has 3 psychologists in it that A/B test thumbnails 3-4 episodes ahead of time. Before a month ahead of time. And so they already know what you like, what you want to look for when it drops. You're hooked and you don't even understand why. Damn. How to put out certain words in certain titles, how to say certain titles, how to frame things a certain type of way, how to set the room temperature. They have a literal room temperature check on there to make their guests super comfortable, to get them emotional, reactive, like all type of shit. And these are the little 1% things. And he has a whole BTS page talking about this. He's like, yeah, people try to copy us, visually, whatever, blah, 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 but they don't understand what goes on behind the scenes.
Wow.
And the amount of money that goes into getting you addicted to these kind of things. And
damn.
Imagine, this is how the world works.
Yes.
This is how fast food works. This is how, drugs work. This is how big farm works. This is how all of this stuff works, because they have these people that are doing these things that are literally trained to just figure out what people like, what people want, and how to get it to them and how to profit off of it. And that's their only job.
Damn.
It goes fucking deep, bro.
Yeah.
But it all goes down to
the extremes.
The extremes. Can you control it, or can you be a part of the extreme without it just happening to you? Because, you know, God forbid you got in a car crash today, your life would change.
Absolutely.
But imagine if you could prevent a car crash.
Yeah.
You could see it happening before somebody else does something.
Yeah.
That person's life would change.
Absolutely.
How do we induce extreme on ourselves, but other people? And so as I started to go through that, I started coming up with like different stuff or whatever. And shit, Dan will tell you, when I do the coaching, people come onto the coaching and they're like, bro.
Oh, you got a coaching program?
Yeah.
Nice.
They're like, bro, you don't even talk about financials a lot, but somehow I make more money.
That mindset.
Somehow my shit changes. You know, somehow we grow and elevate and, you know, whatever. And I tell people that all the time and they're mind blown because they come to me for money. They come to me to say, oh, I want to make more money. I want to do this and that. And I tell them, like, there's 4 systems to mindset. You know, you got your mental, you have your physical, you have your financial, and then you have your emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And all of those matter at the same time. But once you break them down, we start causing little extremes. Not big extremes, just little extremes. And a bunch of little extremes, what they were already doing. My ex, literally, we didn't change almost anything in her business. Maybe how she framed certain things, but we didn't actually change it. She made another extra $30,000 a month.
Damn.
A month.
Damn.
Little extremes.
Shit, and how I making an extra 30,000 a month, dog?
You know, little extremes. And that's what I try to tell people. And because I feel like I've developed this kind of power for it, because I can't even explain it. Like, you know, even getting a building like this, like 1 minute we paying for a small office rent.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, cool, I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And I caused that extreme to happen, knowing physically in the moment, I don't fucking have it.
Yeah.
I don't have it. But I've gotten so used to starting certain extremes that the shit just goes.
Story of my life. I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, with the gym, got my black belt Wednesday night, started my gym Monday.
So now I want to go back to that. You know, once you start getting your black belt, how long did it take you to get your black belt?
10 years.
Damn.
With jiu-jitsu, it's a long time because there's only 5 belts. And I guess the system within jiu-jitsu is that they want, like across like the community, we want people that wear that belt to actually be that belt.
So how many black belt holders are there in total?
Oh man, at this point, there's a bunch.
Okay.
Right. But jiu-jitsu is fairly new because it was introduced to America in the 90s, like in that first UFC in 1992, when Royce Gracie came and he won the whole tournament. That's when like America was introduced to jiu-jitsu.
I got a Gracie gym right next to my crib.
Where you live?
By Sunrise.
Oh, okay. I don't know which one it is. Yeah, there's like Gracie Baja. There's like a bunch of.
Yeah, I've seen them a couple times. I thought, maybe I'll go in there. And
no, you need to come to my gym. It's crazy.
Somebody up.
Yeah, no, come to my shit. Anyways, support black business. Yeah, but what the fuck was I saying?
Was that section?
Of the black belts?
Yeah.
But I was talking about like the different belts. Anyways, you want everybody to be that belt, right? You want white, blue, purple, brown, and black, right? So the average is like 10 years to get your black belt. Some people do it faster, some people take longer, but the average is like 10 years.
So what determines that? Why that amount of time?
Because it's hard to become proficient, because anybody could learn chess moves, right? You could learn how to play chess, you know.
Hold on. See, I know you're gonna say that shit. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Listen. This man stressed me the fuck out in DR because I thought I caught a walking lick, right? So we sit at a chess table. And I'm
in a cigar bar, you know.
I'm just sitting there. I'm playing chess against myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting
which made me think that you was.
I'm putting the aura out there.
Good.
I am him. First off, don't think, nigga. We here. You know what I'm saying? I put the aura farm out there. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Oh, I want to play." And I'm like, Psh, "He want to play? He think this shit a game? He think this a game?" That first game, whooped my ass. I said, "Whoa." I said, "Hold on." That happened a little too quick. Then the second one, I think he beat me in like 5 or 6 moves. Yeah. I said, whoa. I said,
I was like, yo, if I get you with this, I'm like, you gonna hate my ass.
Yeah. And you know, from him doing that shit, I was like, wow. I completely prejudged this man. I seen him walking over there, had a couple drinks. I said, oh, this easy. Free lunch money. You know, and
not
then,
today, Papa.
You know, but I brought it all back. You know, I had to bring it all back, right? So I beat him in the best way possible.
What?
Oh, now you forgot.
Yeah.
Now you got amnesia.
Yeah, I got amnesia.
Yeah, now you got amnesia.
I mean, the chest ass whooping was just so amazing.
So he had extreme. 3 pieces to my 1 king.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And I managed to stay alive for like 25, 30 moves.
And we got
out of there.
And we got stalemate. Yep.
We got stalemate. And so to me, that's the win all of all win-alls. Because he should have got me. And he couldn't do it. And I was just like, it is what it is.
I think I had 2 rooks.
Nah, you had
I definitely didn't have a queen.
You had a knight and you had a rook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. A knight, a rook, and
my king. Yeah.
And I
that
was
a
like,
tough one.
Yeah. I was like,
bastard stalemated me.
And we had to cut it right there because I was like, you know what?
Oh, yeah, he's right off in the sunset.
Stalemate, I'm out of here. I got to take my wins. So, where was I going with that?
Yeah, but yeah, okay. So, anybody could learn the moves of chess, right? But now comes the strategy because you know your moves, I know my moves, but it's like, how do we play it? With certain pieces you may be better at, but I may be better at the whole game as a whole, or I know better strategy, right? Or you just know like one thing, right? Because like Bruce Lee said, he doesn't fear the man that knows 10,000 kicks. He fears the man that's done one kick 10,000 times, right? So there's so many different variables and ways you could go about it, right? Anybody could learn the basics of jiu-jitsu, but now taking it into the higher levels and like how to use this. Like, how do I misdirect where your weight's going to make you feel like a feather, and now I'm flipping you and boom, now you're your arm bar, your arm is just getting extended and now like I'm breaking your arm, you know what I mean? Or just
I could choke you out though.
No, you can't. We could start off in a full choke.
My intrusive thoughts just won.
No. Like, remember when you tried to choke me?
I envisioned just choking him just now.
Yeah.
Like I could do it.
Yeah.
I could do it.
I could make you dream that. Like, I'll choke you until you fall asleep. You start dreaming,
Listen, they call me the king of dreams. I'm the Sandman. All right? You know what I'm saying?
It's not happening, though. I can start you off in a full choke, and I'll get up. I just have the experience, dog. I mean, dog, we can.
We can do it right now.
Let's do it.
Hold on.
This nigga. Was he? First of all, you got to know how to do it. And you're already fucking up. Go ahead.
It's the.
You see, you don't even know how I've taught you. Go back. Let me show you. Look. Put your arm through, right? And then you got to take this one and go like that. No, like, look, wrist to wrist. But you got to go in the back of my head. Wrist to wrist. Wrist to wrist. Look at me. Wrist to wrist like this. Okay. Look, but you got to grab your bicep. Grab your bicep. But over, like this. Yeah. There. This. And then you're supposed to squeeze from there.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that bicep. Yeah. Yeah. Watch your mouth. B. Yeah. And I gotta go in the front of the intro clip. Yeah.
And now the chances of you getting there.
Yeah, see?
Hey, you got 2 chances, slim and none.
But you see, now, this is what I want the world to understand.
All right, let's go.
See, Dan knows what's coming. because I understand we live in a world of boxers. We live in a world of fit niggas. We live in a world of UFC fighters that wear plain clothes. You got people that look like Sean O'Malley out here.
Yeah.
Knocking motherfuckers out.
Yep.
Then you got people that look like Rampage.
Knocking motherfuckers
out. Because I can't tell the difference. I'm shooting everybody.
I feel you.
Everybody's getting shot.
Yeah.
That's just my philosophy. Because, I used to box. I could fight. I got hands. I could piece somebody up really well. But to me, I got back pain, bro. I got knee pain. I got neck pain.
But you know what it is, though? You don't have to worry about the people that actually train and know how to fight. It's the motherfuckers that get drunk and they see red.
Yeah.
That feel like they're Hercules and that they could fight.
True.
Which every last one of them is going to go up to you, talk shit, and throw a big right hand. You duck.
But it is the people that can fight sometimes because, again, it's aura, right?
Yeah.
And so if I'm in a situation and they want to be alpha, because they know they can fight, they're going to try to, hey, just calm down, bro. Just chill out. They're going to try to be super passive about it.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit. I don't like it. Because
bro,
just because you know you could beat my ass, don't talk to me like that. Who you talking to? I'm going to get defended. Who you talking to?
Bruh.
I air this whole shit out. Who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? Because now we got to revert. Because I know you could win. You know you could win.
And I know I could win. So okay.
I'm gonna say, hey, you got it, bro.
Yeah. I'm
gonna step outside
want no trouble,
to make
sir.
a call real quick.
All right.
When I come back, everybody better be gone. Because you know what I'm saying? If I don't have it on me already, I'm going to get it.
But now let's the next level of this, right, is what if that fighter now also has a gun?
This is true. But this is why, again, just like you said, I don't fear the man that has 10,000 kicks. Has one kick they train 10,000 times. Hey,
well,
I got Top Shot from my company when I was in. I got my expert badges and shit. I'm proficient because I know I'm not stepping with these UFC motherfuckers.
Proficient.
I'm proficient. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm willing to hold myself accountable. Like I put it down to I have a holster that is made for me to draw faster than somebody else.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so
the fighters also, we also train.
I'll
tell you, me, one of my students is the manager at the range that's right in front of my gym, which we should go. All right. So I shoot all the time. And then one of my guys is an instructor. Huh?
You can have the ground grappling Batiman thing there. But when it come to shoot thing, I'm on it. I'm like that.
Nigga.
I'm like that.
I'm like that too.
Nah, you can have the ground and pound. I'm telling you. I'm giving you what you got. Just take that. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the problem with fighters. They always want more.
It's all right.
Y'all greedy.
Don't you mean?
Y'all greedy.
Dog, how we greedy?
You can have the ground. I'm giving you that. That's your category. Live your life, king. You know what I'm saying? But that category is mine. Because I can't do the other shit. And so you focus on
you know why? Because you don't come fucking train.
You're right.
You need to come train so you can become one of those.
Nah.
Come on.
Nah. One is just simply easier. I pay for insurance every month.
But what if you're close range and they grab you? Now what?
My feet work. I don't have to be close range.
No, but I'm just saying, like, what if you get into a scuffle?
Never. No.
Oh, so you just keep everybody a perfect distance away from you.
I'm a run.
You can't run fast.
Damn, you crazy. I'm smoking niggas.
Nah, get the fuck out of here.
All I need is 30 seconds.
That's what I tell her too. You know what I'm saying?
You on your own with that one.
The best 30 seconds of her life. Go ahead, man.
But if what I tell people is, if I'm in a situation where somebody I know for sure could beat my ass and I can't move nowhere, I'm gonna be super docile.
Yeah.
Because when I can, I'm lighting your ass up.
I feel you. But I'm just saying, like, in general, fighters, like people that actually train like martial artists, we're not looking for a fight on the street.
Of course not.
Because there's two aspects of it. Number one, it's unfair to fight an untrained person. Right?
That's if you're moralistic, though.
Huh?
That's if you're moralistic.
What you mean?
If you have morals.
Yeah, but most martial artists, not all, right? But I'd say the majority of martial artists do, because just by proxy of the training, right?
But that's still a bad statistic. Because
what you mean?
That's like to say, okay, let's say 50% of people in the world have trained professionally in martial arts in some capacity. Maybe not to the master level, right?
50?
Okay, so give me a percentage.
Bro, not even 10.
Not even 10?
Not even 10.
Can we do 10 at least?
Let's do 10.
Okay. So now let's do some math. Let's do some math, right?
Which that's a lot, because 10%
Exactly.
is what, 300,000? So that's the population of America?
Way more than 300,000.
I mean, 300 million, my fault. Fucking, you the numbers guy, dog.
So let's do 300 million. Let's stay on that, right?
Which,
300
that's
million
generous.
Times. What am I multiplying this by?
I don't know, numbers guy.
I'm trying to see.
I'm trying to see the point that you're trying to make right now, sir.
I'm gonna make it when I find out what I'm multiplying this by.
You said 50%. What is 50%? You think 50% of people?
10%. So if we cut this, fuck it. Let's cut this number in half, right? So 10% know it. If we cut that number in half, that's still 150 million people.
That what?
That don't know.
That don't know. Arts. Yes.
Or not that. Half of them will abide to the rules of martial arts.
No, it has to be a lot more.
Okay.
It has to be a lot
80%, 90%. We could do 90%.
I like 85, 90, okay.
Okay, so
you still have the outliers. It's like saying like Marines, right?
I get it.
We know not all Marines are good people.
But what's 90% of 300 million?
You tell me, numbers guy.
I'm going to tell you
You got the whole calculator in front of you, dog. You asking me? You know how many times I failed math class in school?
Me
dog?
too. So I need the calculator. That is 270 million.
Okay.
Right? So we have 30 million left.
Okay.
That means 30 million people are still assholes.
Okay, but now if you talk
professionally.
Now, if you talk about worldwide,
yeah.
What's your chances of coming in contact with
one of these people? 30 million?
What do you mean? Around the world, dog?
30 million's a lot, bro.
But scattered?
Yeah, but we don't live in like Colorado and shit. We live in fucking Miami.
This is true.
We live in, a high populous state. And so we got to think about the Texas, California, New York, Atlanta.
Okay.
Here. Yeah. We're going to run into them here more than a Utah or Idaho.
Okay.
Or some shit, right?
Okay, I could see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right? I could see what you're saying. The issue is, though, is like, I'm in that community, right? I'm around fighters all the day, every day, right? I go to events. I'm around fighters that I know in the community, right? Jiu-jitsu guys I know in the community. Among all of these people, the type of people that you're talking about is so few and far between, right? Like, you could tell if somebody just doing it because they actually want to hurt people, right? It's so few that I've come in contact with, and I'm in the community like that, right?
I don't think it's the ones that want to hurt people, because the people that they would be able to hurt that they're doing the competitions with also know it. It becomes a power shift dynamic.
Okay. And
the power shift dynamic is putting that onto the person who doesn't know it. And an everyday life symptom. And there's a crazy statistic. I don't remember the exact number, but the amount of boxers, and I haven't even challenged or looked at UFC, but the amount of boxers that have gone through domestic violence.
Okay.
Gervonta Davis just got hit for that.
So I'll tell you, I don't have the numbers, right? But in my experience and seeing how boxers run their gyms, just the ones that I've been to, I haven't been to many, or just seeing just like a group of boxers themselves, they don't really carry themselves as like martial artists, right?
Fair.
They are people that can punch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they box. They could fight, right? Boxing is pretty. Boxing, the sweet science, nothing but love and respect for boxing. But boxing gyms do not run themselves like martial artists. It's usually grungy. It's usually like, you know, everything's rusty.
Yeah.
It stinks in there, you know. But like, you're going to get some good ass training, right? You know, old people, there's old guys in there fucking yelling at you, you know what I mean? Like it's very like rugged, you know. Whereas in like a jiu-jitsu gym or MMA gym, it's ran more like martial artists. Like there's like a hierarchy there, right? Like you hold yourselves to a standard that's different from boxers because it's called mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
Right? Jiu-jitsu is a martial art. So by way of being a martial art, there's a rank structure, there's respect. You know, I feel like in boxing, you respect the coach, and then everybody else, you just got to earn that respect. Which is something that's kind of cool, right? Like you can't just wear a belt and say like, oh, respect me because my belt's black. Yeah. Like, no, like if I can whip your ass, that's how we're getting our respect, right?
Nah, facts.
Now, granted, I haven't been into many boxing gyms like that, but from the ones I've seen, that's how it's been ran. And
you ever had somebody come in your gym and just challenge people?
I've had that happen at the old gym I was at. Nobody's ever came into my gym and challenged me, right? Or like challenge us or whatnot. If somebody ever was that fucking brave, they'll get dealt with. One of my fighters, I'm like, hey, get them. They won't even be able to get to me. It's like Mortal Kombat, dog. Like you got to climb up the fucking. If you manage to get past,
Shao Kahn, nigga?
No, I am Shao Kahn, dog.
he said they won't even be able to get to. See, that's that fighter
dog.
Shit I'm talking about. Yeah. See right there.
Nah, you gonna get the Shao Kahn, dog.
Oh man,
you know how long I've been in this game? How long I've been working?
Shang Tsung and shit.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Somebody got to be it. You know.
Homie, what's the kicking guy? Liu Kang. Call me Liu Kang, man. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so now with your gym, you opening it the next Monday.
Yeah.
You already had the money for it? You knew you were gonna do it?
So let me clarify. So my gym is located in the Hard Knocks 365 building. Hard Knocks 365 was where one of the biggest MMA teams in the world is right now. They were there before they were Kill Cliff FC. Right, so they have like a bunch of famous fighters, like Kamaru Usman is out of that camp. Gilbert Burns, Dorino, he's out of that camp. You know, you have a lot of like the big name UFC fighters that are in that camp that used to be at Hard Knocks. Okay, what happened is that they had pros and amateurs at Hard Knocks, and a medical company came and sponsored them and took all the pros up north to Deerfield and left the amateurs. So when my school was closing down, somebody, like we knew Gilbert Burns, and somebody reached out to him and was like, hey, these guys just lost their jiu-jitsu school. Is there any chance that you could talk to Henry and to see if we could take our program to Hard Knocks since there's nobody there? So he talked to Henry Hooft. And then me and my cousin got in contact with Henry Hooft, and then we worked out a deal to where we bring our jiu-jitsu program to their amateur MMA program. And then once we got in there, right, we got into Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks is a huge space. There's the big mat space. There's a big workout area that's owned by XPE. XPE trains a bunch of like NFL guys or people that are trying to get into the NFL. Like they train high-level athletes there. So us being able to get into there around all these people for our first school was a big blessing. You know what I'm saying? For Henry to not like try to beat us over the head, you know, for him to actually just charge us a fair price for us to start our shit there was amazing. And we've done nothing but good business with him. And we ended up, first we were subleasing from him. Then then his program started subleasing from us, because he had kickboxing in the MMA program. And then we eventually bought out the whole program. So now we own that half of Hard Knocks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nah, that's fire.
And you'll see it. When you come through, you'll see it, bro. It's amazing.
Yeah, when I come through, literally, I'm just let you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I'm fighting Shang Tsung. Just know that. You know what I'm saying?
No, you want a shot at the title, bro? I'll give you a shot at the title.
I'm fighting Shang Tsung. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have handicaps, though.
Okay, what you want? Anything you want. Anything you want.
Anything?
Anything. You want my arm? You want my neck? Whatever, dog.
Say less.
I gotta fight my way out of it.
Hey, that's cool.
And then when I do,
what you gonna lose? What you gonna lose though?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? See, and that's that fighter shit right there. The underestimation. You know what I'm saying? I could be faking like I don't know how to put you in a headlock.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you see, the thing about it, here's the thing, right?
I could be an armbar specialist.
You can be.
That's my 10,000 kick right there.
How many of those you think I've met and had to deal with over my years?
But they're not me though.
You right. I'll give you that.
But they're not me though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not me though.
But, you know,
they're not big rich.
it's all the same.
Yeah, it's not.
It's all the same.
It's cool.
I got my chess moves. You know what I mean? Are you gonna try to get me a stalemate again?
No.
That's not how this shit.
I gotta win.
I hope you in shape. I mean, you're getting in better shape. I hope you in shape.
I got one. Listen, if you don't beat me, you win after 2 minutes. First off, after 2 minutes, I'm cooked. But that first 2 minutes, I'm on your ass. Pause. I'm on it. Yeah.
Yo, why up in that?
Pause. Why? But yeah, you know that I'm cooking for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Solid. You know, and I got a little something because people be underestimating. I got like 2 moves that pro motherfuckers.
I want to see
like,
it.
oh, I didn't expect that. Yeah, I know you didn't.
I want to see it.
I know you did.
I want to see it.
And then I don't give him the rematch. I'm walking away with the title. Call me John Jones. Call me John Jones. That's it. I retired.
Oh shit.
That's it. But okay, so
Yeah,
now with your gym, what exactly do you do in there?
So we do jiu-jitsu. We have an amazing jiu-jitsu program. We got like, I want to say like 5 or 6 black belts now. We do kickboxing and we do MMA. Okay.
You ever lost to any of your other black belts?
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Your students are like your kids. You are training them to become better than you. And if they've become better than you, then you've succeeded. You know what I'm saying? I spent a lot of time teaching, and something that old instructors used to do is they used to hide techniques from their students. And the only reason that they used to do that is so that they could keep an upper hand, right? I'm sure that has, you know, maybe a little bit of benefit. But for me personally, I'm still young when it comes to being an instructor. And I show my guys everything, right? Everything that I know, because it forces me to get better. Right? If I teach you everything and now you start doing my own shit against me, which I always laugh when somebody catches me in something I've taught them. I'm like, oh shit, you know, then it forces me to have to evolve. Right? I don't want to stay the same. So why am I going to hide techniques from you? Right?
True.
So I have, you know, some of my black belts are fucking monsters, first of all, you know, and now like the chess game is more strategic and like one little mistake and I'm fucked. Right? So I gotta really, you know what I mean?
So how long does like a spar last?
So we call it rolling, right? So usually they're 5 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes is what we'll put on the clock. And it's like start standing up, you know, we gotta get to the ground somehow, whether somebody sits down or we do takedowns.
Pause.
You know. Pause.
Takedowns is crazy.
No.
First you rolling and then you taking shit down. Oh Lord. Hold on there, Chris Brown. Relax. Relax, buddy.
Oh man. No, my uncle would see me doing this shit now. He'd be like, yo.
Brother. Drew. Walk on, dog.
Bate nephew mouth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
He said, nephew, me play Buju Bantan.
Yeah, man. No, you know what's funny about Buju Bantan? Like, I started thinking about like the songs I used to listen to as kids, right? And Boom Bye Bye had the same rhythm as Girl Flicks.
Yeah.
Time to
they
have
all be
sex.
sharing rhythms and shit.
No, but it's like, as a kid, like I'm fucking jamming the Boom Bye Bye. Like, you know what I mean? Love that song. Get older, like, oh shit, this nigga wanted to kill gay people.
You want fire.
Yeah, that's wild.
Okay, so now, perspective. Don't fucking, I mean, you can't cancel me, but I'm going to put this out there.
Yeah.
Why you laughing, Dan? Let me get it out first, bro. Let me say this shit first, man. You know what I mean? You know, and again, I'm just throwing hypotheticals out there.
Yeah. Hold on. I think I know where this is going.
Chill, Dan. Chill. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's two perspectives to this, right? I gotta prep the audience, man. You know what I'm saying? So, one, you ever have like a yo, chill, dude. You ever have like a gay guy come in there just to wrestle, and then the second time, you know, I mean, hey, that's like a.
You mean like just like to train or like just because he wanna
just to roll? I don't know. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Who knows what the motives are?
Yeah, no. We never had a gay guy come in like,
you know,
ooh, I want to wrestle. Like, nah, we ain't get none of that.
That's the feisty ones. There be some that you can't tell. Yeah. You know, like, but now what about somebody getting hard while y'all rolling?
Okay, not with me, right? But I've had a guy who that's happened to. Where like my boy, he comes up to me after like the roll. He's like, Drew. He's like, come here, I gotta talk to you. Like he's freaking the fuck out. He's like, bro. He's like, I was just rolling with that guy and he fucking got a hard on. I was like, you sure? Like he ain't got a cup? He's like, Drew, he did not grow a cup out of fucking nowhere. He's like, he got a fucking hard on. I was like, damn, right?
What do you do in that scenario?
What do I do? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, he's not violating any rules.
It's pretty violating.
It is.
You violating life rules,
right? But I don't know. Like I've rolled with the guy before. I never felt nothing. You know what I'm saying? And dog, it's when you rolling, man. You rolling. You know what I mean? You fucking. I don't know, but you know something I am curious about though is if that happens with girls. Cause I've never got a hard on fucking rolling with a girl. Cause number one, sometimes they be stank, right? Cause I'm stank, they stink. You know what I mean? They're sweaty, right? But also like in that atmosphere, like I'm not looking at them as like a hot girl. Some of them are fucking pretty.
Some
right?
of them are,
some are beautiful, right? But
Alicia Baumgartner,
huh? Oh yeah,
beat my ass.
But she's a boxer.
Yeah.
Right. You're not touching like a boxer. You're gonna hit with the gloves. In jiu-jitsu, like you are grabbing this woman, you are taking her down. Like she's fucking trying to armbar you. You know her trying to armbar you. Her fucking cooch is right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like her hips are all up in your face. She triangle you. You're right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I wonder if that is a problem in the jiu-jitsu community where like dudes get hard because it's a natural thing. But I mean, just me personally. I don't like in that when we're having a match, I'm not looking at like sexuality. You know what I mean? Because there's no way in hell I would ever touch a dude the way that I do in fucking jiu-jitsu. There were no like nigga, I'm not fucking going in between your legs and just like hugging up on you, you know, trying to choke you. Like it's weird, you know, fire for that.
Sounds pretty diabolical.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Not doing that. But if we rolling, I'm fucking trying to choke you, you know what I mean? I'm trying to
so and I'm gonna throw this out there. Does martial arts transcend gayness?
Yes, it has to. It has to transcend it because it's like a simulated combat situation, right? And I don't give a fuck if it's the most flamboyant, trans, fucking weirdest looking person on the planet. If they point a gun at you, they're a combatant, right? Now, jiu-jitsu isn't like the ramifications and like the consequences of doing jiu-jitsu isn't as serious as, of course, a gun, but it's still a combat. So it's simulated combat. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about the sexuality about it. It's just I have a goal.
So you're okay with being gay as long as you're rolling.
No comment. No, I'm just playing. Hell no.
And that's all for our episode. All right, but okay. So you know, when you have these kind of thresholds, and then you have these movies sometimes where, you know, there's like 4 Ip Mans, right?
Mhm.
And each one he goes against like different kind of martial arts and shit. So is that real? Like Wing Chun, you know, going in there.
So it's probably an unpopular opinion, but I think any martial art can be effective used correctly. You know what I mean? Like used in the right situation.
Do you think Wing Chun can beat Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
I don't know too much about Wing Chun, right? But I'm sure if a jiu-jitsu guy goes into it with a mentality that, oh, our martial art is better than the rest, and he goes, you know, complacency kills, right?
Mm-hmm.
He gets complacent, that Wing Chun master's gonna whoop their ass.
Nah, facts.
Right? So you have to have a level of respect for all martial artists. Now, do I think jiu-jitsu is the most effective? Absolutely. Because like the chess thing, right? You know your moves, I know my moves, right? And jiu-jitsu is beautiful because I could test my moves and you could test yours at 100% speed with minimal risk of getting hurt. Because once I get you in a choke, right? Because you'll never be able to choke me. All right. Wow. The arrogance. Wow. Right. If you feel the choke, you just tap out. Right. And then I let go and we continue. Okay. Or if I grab an ankle or an arm, right? You feel the pain, you tap out. Okay. Boxing. If we go 100% at each other and start knocking each other out, how long is it till the brain damage catches up?
True.
Can't do that. So you always got to hold back unless you're fighting. Whereas jiu-jitsu, we're never holding back, right? We can train in an aspect where we don't never need to hold back. So now when it comes to applying it to a real life situation, we're used to it in the training room. So you train like you fight, right? If I'm used to that speed, if something happens to me on the street, it's like just me alone training at that speed and that intensity for so long, a street fight, I'll be able to dismantle that pretty easily. Even though there's like other things to consider, which is like the punching, the kicking, the maybe possible weapons or whatever, I still have the jiu-jitsu that's been tried and proven in high stress situations. So it'll give me the upper hand.
So, you know, through time, and I feel like this is almost anything with history, you know, how does a new martial art be created? Like who comes up with Wing Chun? Yeah. Who, you know, how do you go through years and
so I'll tell you, I could tell you the story of how Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu got started, right? The Japanese and the Brazilians had like, you know, a relationship over the years. And the Japanese used to bring their martial arts to Brazil, right? There's a rich family, which were the Gracies, that used to pay like jiu-jitsu, like Japanese jiu-jitsu guys and judo guys to train their kids, and once their kids became like, you know, black belts or wadatever, they were able to start teaching, right? So people would go up to the Gracie compound to train with the Gracies. Now Helio, he wasn't built like his brothers. He was tall and skinny. His brothers were like built. So they didn't let Helio train, right? So what Helio used to do is he used to see the jiu-jitsu, which was practiced by his brothers. And he used to be like, how can I make leverage? How can I use leverage instead of brute strength in order to make this work for me?
Hey, listen, man, you tired of people giving y'all bullshit game that stepped on? You tired of everybody telling you that you just need a specific credit score, but not telling you how to get the right data points so you can get in position? Are you tired of thinking that you can get business funding with just the EIN and bad credit and you continue to hit a wall? Well, listen, if you're that person who feels like you stuck and you feel like you need to get to the next level, I decided to put together a 5-day challenge where I'm going to show you how to build your credit. I'm going to show you how to structure your business, and I'm going to give you some of my favorite sequences so you can get funding at 0% interest. All you got to do is comment challenge under any of my videos. I'm going to personally send you an invite, and you can come spend the next 5 days with me where you're going to get real actionable steps. Lock in before you get locked out.
Right? Because like I don't have the strength that these guys have. So what ended up happening is these tourists came to the compound and they were looking for the Gracie brothers to train martial arts. And his brothers were gone. So Helio started showing them the shit that he started creating in his head, right? And when his brothers came back, they were like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, stop. Like, don't learn from him. And they're like, no, we want to learn this. So then that became him teaching all his brothers what he knows. And then they started teaching their entire family. Then that turned into like neighborhoods. And that was the birth of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? Using technique over strength and using strategy over brute strength. You know what I mean? Like you just.
So Jiu-Jitsu is the one, or is it Judo, where like the small guy can flip the big guy or whatever?
I mean, Judo you can, right? But there's more brute strength added to the techniques of Judo than it is Jiu-Jitsu. Judo still has the aspect of like redirecting energy. Like I make you walk this way and then I go this way. And now your weight's over here. You shifted your weight so it's easier to throw you, right? Judo has that. But Judo, the thing about Judo is just like wrestling. Like once it gets to the ground, like there's nothing else. Like you get them to the ground. They have a little bit of like ground technique, but it's not as expansive as like Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
But Jiu-Jitsu was made for the smaller person to beat the bigger person, which is why it's so good for women. Pause.
No, I mean, I'm the smaller one of us too.
Are you though?
Wow, that's crazy. It's crazy. If we're talking about below the waist, definitely not. But
nigga, I'm black too, dog. Get out of here.
Definitely not. But no. Okay, cool. No, this was informative. You know,
yes, sir.
I got to understand you on a much broader level.
Yeah.
We're gonna piece in a little like part 2 to this because we're gonna show up to the gym.
I love
you know
it.
What I'm saying? We're gonna show up to the gym.
Yeah.
Show y'all a little something. You know, don't take my moves. I call this, you know what I mean? I'm not even gonna tell you the technique yet.
All right.
But when it's there, I want you to start teaching it at the school. All right.
Yes, sir.
You know,
if it's effective, I'll teach it.
You know, you gotta hire me to teach it because I gotta teach it to you.
Oh, okay.
After I use it on you.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, if people wanted to check your school out, follow you, do whatever, you know, where can they find you at?
So A&M BJJ.
What does that stand for?
Animals and Monsters. That's why I got this. You know what I'm saying?
Which one are you?
Nigga, both. Try me. Yeah. So you got to spell out and MBJJ. So at A&M BJJ on all the platforms, or if you want to look up our website, it's ANMBJJ.com or BJJFL.com. Gotcha. BJJ Fort Lauderdale.
Can't be throwing that BJJ word out there like that. So
it's 2 J's, man. Come on, man. Hey. You like one of these YNs,
you gotta
man.
say AM, man.
AM?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
A&M MMA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Name change coming soon.
Attractive Mindset Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, Attractive Mindset Jiu-Jitsu. You
there
know
we go.
Hey, that's nice. I like that.
Hey, you trying to partner up?
We about to take over the school.
Hey, let's go. Mindset, baby. Yeah. Hey, I appreciated this too, dog, because you know, meeting you in DR, you know, on the veteran shit, it was dope, right? Because, you know, we connected right away. Yeah. And it was cool, but just to sit down with you, because I mean, prior to this, like I looked up, you know, some of your content, and you know, you talked about the mindset and the systems a lot, and so for us to go down that rabbit hole, like I appreciate that because I didn't know about the extremes, right? And you're right, everything has a fucking system. So like I learned a lot, dog. So I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Hey, this is another episode of Attractive Mindset, man. If you like this, make sure you subscribe, share this with a friend. And it's your host, Moneybag Rich. At the end of the day, we always say we look good, we live good, life is good. Talk to us, we talk back, and we out.